We are stepped out upon the world stage now! With the fate of human dignity in our hands!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the times that movies went above and beyond to accurately depict their subjects, all the way down to the fine print.
How do you think your check got into the bank account of a Watergate burglar?
I'm a proper citizen. What I do is proper.
Number 10. Speech Therapy Techniques. The King's Speech.
I prefer names.
Prince Albert, Frederick, Arthur, George.
How about Bertie?
Only my family uses that.
Perfect. In here, it's better if we're equal.
Colin Firth's Oscar-winning turn as King George VI in The King's Speech is widely celebrated for its emotional depth and dramatic weight. But what's often overlooked is just how grounded the film is in historical reality, especially when it comes to the rudimentary but surprisingly accurate speech therapy methods employed by Lionel Logue, played in the film by Geoffrey Rush.
You want mechanics? We need to relax your jaw muscles, strengthen your tongue. By repeating tongue twisters, for example, I'm a thistle sifter. I have a sieve of sifted thistles and a sieve of unsifted thistles, because I'm a thistle sifter.
Fine.
And you do have a flabby tummy, so we'll need to spend some time strengthening your diaphragm.
While the Australian therapist lacked formal medical credentials, Logue's approach, emphasizing breathing control, diaphragmatic strength, physical relaxation, and even shouting profanities, was consistent with the cutting-edge understanding of stammering treatment in the 1920s and 1930s. The film draws directly from Logue's actual notes and diaries, discovered decades later, which confirm the authenticity of techniques like rhythmic speech exercises and reading aloud over music to mask anxiety.
Vulgar but fluent. You don't stammer when you swear.
No, bugger off.
Is that the best you can do?
Well, bloody bugger to you, you beastly bastard.
Oh, a public school prig could do better than that.
Number 9. Period-accurate dialogue. The Witch.
Caleb,
God give you good morrow. All still abed. Save mother.
'tis no ease to rise on a grey day. The devil holds fast your eyelids.
What sets The Witch apart from standard horror fare isn't just the slow burn or the creeping dread, it's the commitment to language. Every thee, thou, and thy, uttered by the banished Puritan family, is pulled directly from 17th century New England speech patterns. Eggers pored over colonial diaries, sermons, and trial transcripts from the era to craft dialogue that was as accurate as it was alienating. The effect is immediate. The script sounds like a time capsule.
I am that very witch. When I sleep, my spirit slips away from my body and dances naked with the devil. That's how I signed his book.
No.
He bade me bring him an unbaptized babe, so I stole Sam and I gave him to my master.
The effect is immediate. The script sounds like a time capsule. Even lines that feel melodramatic by modern standards were historically grounded, often pulled verbatim from real documents. This linguistic authenticity, paired with obsessive detail in costuming and production design, roots the supernatural horror in a world that feels disturbingly real.
Conjure thee to speak to me. Speak as thou dost speak to Jonas and Mercy. Dost thou understand my English tongue?
Number 8. Filming aboard Rose. Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World.
It was a frigate and I am a duck.
It was an unfair match. There was no dishonour in it. No dishonour at all.
She was more like a ship of the line, a true dagger more than a frigate.
You have to wonder about the nature of her hull. Our shots wouldn't penetrate.
Triple shot it at 200 yards and our guns had no effect.
She had to weather gauge.
Peter Weir's Master and Commander practically declared war on historical inaccuracy. To bring Captain Jack Aubrey's world to life, the filmmaker shot much of the action aboard a real, seaworthy replica of the 18th century British warship, HMS Rose.
It's the Acheron, sir. You see, Will here, he's seen her being built.
In Boston, sir. During the peace. She's Yankee built, sir.
You see, he was getting married there, and his wife's second cousin, he works in the yards. So Will here saw the ship out of water.
Originally constructed in 1970 in Nova Scotia using period-accurate shipbuilding techniques, Rose was retrofitted for the film to match the specifications of a Royal Navy frigate from the Napoleonic Wars. The result? a tangible, lived-in sense of place that CGI simply couldn't replicate. Combined with the use of historically accurate naval jargon and even real Royal Marines in supporting roles, the production's commitment to detail turned Master and Commander into possibly the most convincing portrayal of sea life ever put to screen.
It has reached its zenith. And that would be noon.
Sir?
Mr. Pullings, would you make noon, Mr. Holland?
Yes, sir.
Call noon. It's your class.
Number 7. Living with Schizophrenia, A Beautiful Mind.
Impressive work at the Pentagon.
Yes, it was.
Oppenheimer used to say genius sees the answer before the question.
You knew Oppenheimer?
This project was under my supervision.
Which project?
Rather than relying on tired cinematic tropes, Ron Howard's Oscar-winning biopic, A Beautiful Mind, places the viewer inside John Nash's distorted perception of reality, only gradually revealing that key characters and events were delusions. This narrative technique mirrors the real-life experience of many living with paranoid schizophrenia, who often can't distinguish hallucination from truth.
How are you, Joe?
At first, all my work here was trivial, but a new assignment came up, and I can't really tell you any details.
Top secret? Black bag? Black ops?
Something like that.
Mental health professionals widely praise the film for capturing the disorienting onset, progression, and treatment of the illness with rare empathy and precision. Organizations like the National Alliance on Mental Illness commended its efforts to destigmatize mental health, while psychiatrists lauded its refusal to define the pioneering mathematician solely by his diagnosis.
I made a mistake. My work is non-military in application.
Which work is that, John?
I don't know anything.
There's no good in keeping secrets, you know.
Number 6. A fake production company, Argo.
Okay, you know those science fiction movies? Star Trek, Star Wars. They need an exotic location to shoot. Moonscape, Mars, desert, you know. Now imagine this. They're a Canadian film crew on a location scout for a science fiction movie. We put it out there. The Canadian producers put it out there. That we're looking at Egypt and Istanbul.
Argo caught some flack for embellishing its escape finale, but one of the story's most outrageous elements is also one of its most accurate. The CIA really did create a fake Hollywood production, down to the script, studio, and industry collaborators. As part of the now declassified Canadian caper, CIA officer Tony Mendez established a phony production company, complete with an office on Sunset Boulevard, business cards, and a working phone line.
I want to set up a production company and build a cover around making a movie.
That we're not going to make?
No.
So you want to come to Hollywood and act like a big shot?
Yeah.
Without actually doing anything?
No.
You'll fit right in.
They optioned a real screenplay and rewrote it into the sci-fi epic Argo, and even took out a full-page ad in Variety to set the illusion.
How about the horses of Achilles?
No good. Nobody does westerns anymore.
It's ancient Troy.
If it's got horses in it, it's a western.
Yeah, Kenny, please? Yeah, it's John Chambers about the Office Space. It doesn't matter. It's a fake movie.
If I'm doing a fake movie, it's going to be a fake hit.
Real Hollywood insiders, including Chambers and producer Barry Geller, played along, lending the operation enough legitimacy to survive scrutiny from Iranian authorities.
We got an office, we got business cards, we got a poster. If I'm the Revolutionary Guard, there's nothing we couldn't have made at home. 6 people's lives depend on this. It's not enough. If we're gonna fool these people, it has to be big, and it has to have something that says it's authentic.
Number 5. Mark Zuckerberg's business card, The Social Network.
He picked up the check, he told Mark they'd talk again soon, and he was gone. But not before he made his biggest contribution to the company.
Drop the. Just Facebook. It's clear.
One of the social network's most quoted moments comes when Napster co-founder Sean Parker encourages a young Mark Zuckerberg to lean into his newfound power with a bold, irreverent calling card. It sounds like pure screenwriter flair, but it's 100% real.
They're scared of me, pal, and they're gonna be scared of you. What the VCs wanted to say, good idea, kid. Grown-ups will take it from here. But not this time. This is our time. This time, you're gonna hand them a business card that says, I'm CEO, bitch.
In the early days of Facebook, the future billionaire actually had business cards printed with that exact phrase, a cheeky assertion of dominance amid mounting pressure from investors and early collaborators. The card became a kind of tech world legend, emblematic of Silicon Valley's brash, rule-breaking ethos in the 2000s. David Fincher and Aaron Sorkin's decision to include was a razor-sharp character note rooted in fact that distilled the ego, youth, and ambition that propelled Facebook's rise.
That's what I want for you. So where the hell is Eduardo? He's in New York. Sucking up to ad execs. He's got an internship. Company's here. $1 billion company's here.
Number 4. NASA Flight Procedures, Apollo 13.
Okay, we're into program 64. We're at 05G, so we're feeling that gravity now.
Houston, we are at 400,000 feet, passing entry interface.
Not to lose signal. Re-entry data is nominal, and we have radio blackout.
Before A Beautiful Mind, Ron Howard proved his dedication to realism with Apollo 13. Determined to honor the real-life astronauts and mission control personnel who brought the crippled spacecraft home, Howard and his team collaborated closely with NASA to recreate every detail. Much of the dialogue spoken by mission control is lifted directly from transcripts of the actual 1970 crisis.
Altitude is on the line. Velocity right on the line.
Roll complete, we are pitching. 13, stand by for mode 1, Bravo.
Bio, how are we looking?
The actors portraying ground crew underwent NASA-style technical training, while scenes aboard the spacecraft were shot using a specially modified Boeing KC-135 to simulate zero gravity, eschewing CGI in favor of in-camera realism. Former NASA engineers and astronauts praised the film for capturing not just the technology, but the process, the calm, methodical problem-solving that defined the agency's culture.
While Jack's working on the power-up, we'd like you and Fredo to transfer some ballast over the command module.
Say again, Houston, ballast?
That's a firm. Well, you gotta get the weight right. We were expecting you to be toting a couple 100 pounds of moon rocks.
Right, Houston.
Number 3. Abraham Lincoln's voice and mannerisms. Lincoln.
What would you do after the war? Work, sir. Perhaps you'll hire me. Perhaps I will.
In Lincoln, Steven Spielberg and Daniel Day-Lewis faced an extraordinary challenge. How do you recreate the voice of a man no one alive today has ever heard? There are no surviving audio recordings of Abraham Lincoln, but historians have long speculated that his voice was unexpectedly high-pitched, reedy, and carried a frontier twang.
I couldn't tolerate you grieving so for Willie because I couldn't permit it in myself. Though I wanted to, Mary. I wanted to crawl under the earth, into the vault, with his coffin. And I still do. Every day I do.
Rather than defaulting to a booming baritone befitting a marble monument, multiple Oscar winner Day-Lewis embraced this historical consensus, crafting a vocal performance that was intimate, idiosyncratic, and entirely human, combined with meticulous research into Lincoln's gait, posture, and storytelling habits. The result is a portrayal that's eerily plausible. Historians and Lincoln scholars widely praise the performance for honoring the strange, soft-spoken man behind the myth.
Can't listen to this anymore. I can't accomplish a goddamn thing of any human meaning or worth until we cure ourselves of slavery and end this pestilential war.
Number 2. The Office of the Washington Post. All the President's Men.
Junior Martinez, known as Gene Valdez. James W. McCord, alias Edward Martin. Frank Sturgis, alias Frank Fiorini. All the 5 of the men had at least one alias.
Is there any proof they were trying to bug the National Democratic Chairman?
I think it's obvious they were trying to bug O'Brien. They wouldn't go all that trouble to bug Secretary.
When the filmmakers behind All the President's Men asked to shoot inside the real Washington Post newsroom, the paper refused, citing concerns about disrupting daily operations. Undeterred, production designer George Jenkins and his team set about building a full-scale replica of the Post's offices on a soundstage.
Just got off the phone with the White House librarian. You want to look at the notes on it? Oh, this is some stuff from the Eisenhower campaign in 1952 that Hunt was connected with. Did you call the White House communications office? No, I just got off the phone with the librarian.
The team took hundreds of reference photos, matched the fluorescent lighting, desks, typewriters, and wall colors, and even sourced the exact same brand of paper used by the Post. Crew members reportedly even asked Post employees to mail their actual office trash to California so the set dressers could recreate the newsroom's wastebaskets. The result? A set so convincing that Post reporters who visited it said it felt indistinguishable from their real newsroom.
This is Bob Woodward of the Washington Post.
Yes?
About that $25,000 check deposited in the bank account of one of the Watergate burglars, Mr. Bernard Barker. As you know, sir, the check has your name on it.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. How a Pandemic Spreads. Contagion.
So, despite all our efforts, she failed to respond. Okay. And her heart stopped, and unfortunately, she did die.
Right.
I'm sorry, Mr. Emmo.
I know this is hard to accept.
Okay. So, can I go talk to her?
Mr. Emhoff, I'm sorry. Your wife is dead.
When Contagion hit theaters in 2011, it was praised as a gripping disaster flick. A decade later, it was hailed as a prophecy. Steven Soderbergh's film was developed with the input of top virologists and epidemiologists, including Dr. Larry Brilliant and Dr. Ian Lipkin, to ensure scientific accuracy at every level.
As of last night, there were 5 deaths and 32 cases.
There's a cluster in an elementary school.
Okay, that's the kind of thing you're going to have to be prepared for. It's going to be all over the news big time. What's your single overriding communications objective?
We're isolating the sick and quarantining those who we believe were exposed.
Okay, good.
From the virus's zoonotic origin and rapid global spread to overwhelmed hospitals, social unrest, and the desperate race for a vaccine, Contagion mapped out the anatomy of a modern pandemic with eerie precision. It even depicted the dangers of misinformation and pseudoscience, a plot point that proved disturbingly relevant in the age of COVID-19.
Now it all changes. Sussman gets anointed by the National Academy of Sciences and every pharmaceutical executive gets a hard-on. They'll be growing the virus in every lab on Earth. That's a bad day to be a rhesus monkey. Crikey, first we shoot them into space, now we'll be shooting them full of virus.
Experts later praised the film for being not just plausible, but frighteningly instructive. Which movie detailed our list surprised you the most with its accuracy? Are there any we missed? Be sure to let us know in the comments below.
Blood's been spilled to afford us this moment now! Now! And you grousel and heckle and dodge about like pettifogging Tammany Hall hucksters